3, 2, 1. We choose to be stand-up comedians, not because it is based, but because it is cringe. Welcome to the podcast. MacGregor and Adrian's movie podcast, not secret podcast. We're not stealing anymore.
Jesus, dude.
What's been up, MacGregor? We got any other movie news before we get into Oscars? We're going to talk the Oscars today. Before we look at the categories, we can talk about this when we get to that category, but we'll just talk about it when we get there. Actor in supporting role, we got Robert De Niro.
Maybe we should announce that we're talking about the Oscars before we start talking about the Oscars.
We had to pause. Maybe we should start over.
Okay. hard reset.
Nah, we're good. You guys are part of the process. We love our fans.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go over the categories, having fun. We got them all pulled up here. I don't know. Did you see any Poor Things? Poor Things. I might watch it.
I want to watch. I've always, ever since the trailer dropped, I wanted to watch it, but I never got around to it.
I'll probably check it out now that it's nominated. But
yeah.
What's your Oppenheimer takes? Robert Downey Jr. was nominated.
That makes sense.
Are you an Oppenheimer guy? You big on Oppenheimer? Are we gonna?
Are you low on Oppenheimer?
I honestly thought Barbie was more of a good time. I was just bored as hell in the theater. I got up and pissed 3 times, dude.
Anytime. Okay. Well, that's your problem. You got.
No, if a movie can grip me, it can shut down my bladder. There are times whenever I'm just I just can't even think about pissing.
When you were watching Avengers Endgame.
Dude, whenever I watched The Hunger Games for the first time, no shade, no nothing. The Hunger Games, that first scene, it gets you when you're the last 2 people alive in Fortnite, dude. You're just your heart's pounding. That's how The Hunger Games got me before Fortnite came out, and I have to give it to The Hunger Games.
I'm so happy that we're both Generation Z because you're choosing the right cultural institutions to kind of base your.
I'll fucking give my flowers to anybody that can make my heart pound that hard.
Yeah. So supporting role, we got some good names up here. Some clear. Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon.
I think Ryan Gosling might have
hot shot. Probably win it. I would say.
You want to do early predictions? Yeah, I'll probably go him or Robert.
Yeah, I think Oppenheimer's going to get a lot of awards.
Yeah, definitely.
That's been kind of my vibe. Yeah. But I would go for Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
That is my choice for supporting actor. I mean, he was great.
We'll have to.
De Niro was amazing, but De Niro's, You
want to do our predictions now and try to? I can categorize. I can write them in a spreadsheet later.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
So I'll choose Ryan Gosling now. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm going RDJ.
Yeah, we can choose the same or choose different. Mm-hmm. We'll go through Barbie real quick.
Costume design,
I guess. I haven't seen Napoleon. Haven't seen Poor Things. Barbie had some cool shit.
I think Barbie takes it.
Killers of the Flower Moon had some cool.
Killers of the Flower Moon had some great stuff going on, and some good historical stuff. But Barbie, they were just up doing everything.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon. It was it's more of a excellent because they were so focused on the cultural accuracy and stuff. But Barbie, I think they were cooking.
They had
for specifically costume design. Yeah, I think I'd go Barbie. Yeah. Has my vote, and I think they're gonna win it too. I don't
see how Oppenheimer could get it. That shit was anything interesting with it. Should I see Napoleon? A lot of people are really out on what's his name, the guy that made it.
Arguably, as
Ridley.
2 guys with a movie podcast, we should have seen all these movies.
Dude, that's not about how many movies you've seen. It's about how well you can talk about movies. That's my thing. Adrian 2024. Take that one to the bank, folks. Where you going here? I guess we can both agree on Barbie.
Yeah.
I really can't see anything else.
Yeah, I think Barbie takes it, and Barbie also is my
everything else besides Barbie is a period thing. And I don't know what Poor Things is, but Poor Things, from what I've seen, had Emma Stone still shots. Mm-hmm. Seems like she's had some cool stuff on. Makeup and hairstyling. Next category. Well, not that.
Dang, I actually don't know a couple of these movies. Is it Maestro? I mean, that feels kind of anti-Semitic to put Maestro up for makeup and hairstyling.
I'm not gay enough to notice the makeup. I don't know. Live action short film.
We haven't seen any of it. Well, I've seen That Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess that has my vote by default. Also, not the Wes Anderson
Yeah.
short I'd give an Oscar to if that came out this year. I'd give it to The Swan
They
for
did.
sure.
I didn't know he was doing multiple shorts. I'm surprised the Asteroid City didn't get anything. I like
that was an amazing movie.
I'm not even huge on Wes Anderson, but I really enjoyed that. Or I haven't seen many of his things. I need to watch more after. I like that a lot.
Animated short,
film.
like again, we are so poorly not prepared for this.
We'll do it. This is our pre. Just
hold on. War is over. Inspired by the music of John and Yoko.
Oh yeah,
they made a Beatles or post Beatles John Lennon Yoko Ono animated short.
That's actually got my vote based on that. That's like Academy fucking chum right there. That is easy. That's like easy money. I don't know, but. Dude, we should actually bet on. You can actually go to sports betting apps and bet on the Oscars.
Yeah, we should lose all of our money.
Dude, but if you bet on Parasite to win Best Foreign Film the year it was nominated for Best Picture, it's like, what else is gonna win? That's free money, bro. You can just bet the house on that.
Okay, adapted screenplay. The Zone of Interest. That's not out internationally yet.
Oh, really?
Right?
I have no idea.
That's like a German or a British film. I'm pretty sure. It's coming out like this week, and I've heard a lot of great things about that.
I've seen American Fiction on here a few times. What is this?
American Fiction. That one's Jeffrey Wright's in it. It's about like a black author, and he feels like and he writes these like very quote unquote white stories. Using like not writing in like dialect and writing about the black experience in like a stereotypical way, so then he starts doing it under a pen name to. So
it was a black guy pretending to be white, or white?
No, he's just writing what he wants, and all of the stuff he writes, like all his publishers stuff, like you're black, you'd probably get more success if you wrote about black people, but really what they're saying is like racist caricatures, gangsta vibes, It's a very interesting idea. I haven't seen it though, but
how's Barbie adapted?
Barbie's not an original idea. It was created by Rhea Perlman.
Okay. I'll give it up. Yeah. How was Oppenheimer? Is it a biography?
Oppenheimer's based on a book, American Prometheus. I'm surprised Killers of the Flower Moon's not fucking on here. That's a whole snub right there.
Well, I didn't think it was a very good adaptation myself, so fuck it. Was this next? Where were we on? Original screenplay.
Original screenplay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, out of all of these...
Have you seen The Holdovers? God damn, I need to watch more movies.
Out of all these, I'd give it to May, December.
How many of you... Damn, you're a movie guy. Have you seen all these? The only one I've have had interest in is the Holdovers and the Maestro, because I know Bradley Cooper has like a racist nose on him during it. But have you seen all these?
No, I've seen May, December.
I want to see the Holdovers. It looks really good.
Yeah, me too.
I like Sideways. You ever?
Anatomy of a Fall. That'd be good to watch.
You ever fuck with Sideways?
I've not fucked with Sideways.
It's really good. Alexander Payne. What are we on?
Supporting actress.
Fuck. I can't keep. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Supporting actress. Emily. America Ferrera. I don't know. Did you enjoy Barbie? Are you? I
liked Barbie.
I had a good time watching Barbie. It was so much fun.
Barbie. It was really fun.
Yeah. But
I guess America Ferrera is the one person you'd give the nom to, because she kind of is the emotional heart of the movie.
People were so confused. People were like, "What the fuck?" I don't know. Do you think? I don't know. I feel like they could have thrown Greta a little director nod. It had some fun choices made. Like they made whenever the guys that wrote the I Am Ken song accepted their Critics' Choice Award, they were like, you let us do this 11-minute rock ballad, prog rock fucking thing, and it was so awesome, and it was like, that was her choice, bro. I don't know. Ken was the best part of the movie. That's my thing about it. Dudes rock.
Ryan Gosling is dripping with it. Ooh, original song. Okay.
I'm just kidding. That's what's got to win.
Maybe What Was I Made For, because it's a more serious song, and it's I don't know. That's what I would vote for, actually.
I don't even remember that one. That one doesn't have the TikTok cred I'm Just Kidding.
What was I made for? You haven't heard that song? You didn't hear it at Barbie?
That does sound familiar now. But I do. I remember
Come on.
the Lizzo song's more memorable than that one to me.
Yeah.
When I wake, that shit. I liked Lizzo after that one. I liked her whenever she started.
Wait, did they put the song from the Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie?
Yeah,
Fuck off,
that's
dude.
so funny.
What are you saying to me?
Oh, we gotta talk about. We gotta hurry up and get to the movies because I got some takes on that on this whole whatever. We'll get to later.
Yeah, talk about snubs.
Yeah.
Document. We don't know anything about that.
Documentaries.
Hold up. There was the one before.
This one?
Nope, right after.
This one.
Keep in the original score. Okay. There we go. This is what we're fucking talking about right here.
Yes, Oppenheimer. That's
fucking Dial of Destiny's on here. Fuck
just
off.
because it's John Williams.
Well, if they give it to him, because I don't know if John Williams has any Oscars.
Oh, has he not won?
Maybe, I don't know. But if this is like, if they're like, oh shit, we forgot to give John Williams an Oscar, I'm going to burn down the account. Dial of Destiny, come the fuck on, dude. Yeah, I'd give it to Oppenheimer.
Yeah, that's the one.
I really liked Flower Moon a lot, but yeah, it's Oppenheimer for sure.
Yeah, I don't remember much from. I like the mix with like the native chants that they had, but I don't really remember much other than that. Documentary feature film.
Not seen any of these.
So we're gonna skip it. Maybe come back to it later. Documentary short film.
God, I love us so much. We were like, hey, let's do a movie podcast.
Hey, bro, it's not about the movie you see. I'm gonna watch all these.
Internet, you see, Zone of Interest. They're from United Kingdom. Okay. So fuck.
Yeah, this is our preliminary Oscars talk. We're gonna
watch all. We're gonna try to watch.
We're gonna study up on some ones that look fun. So what was on
international film?
Okay, now we're on to
animated. Boy and the Heron for sure.
Spider-Man was good.
Yeah, but then it's like half a movie.
It's gotta be. Miyazaki.
I think it's funny they put a Pixar movie up every time, especially when like they suck. Now, pretty much.
Did you see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish?
No.
It's really good. I'll recommend that one day. It's so much fun. It's like one of my favorite animated movies lately. Animated film. Now we're on production design. Barbie was really good because it had the story of. It's probably gonna win because it had the story of. I guess we haven't cataloged our answers of what we thought it was gonna win. We'll do that later. I think Barbie's gonna win because of they had the story of like they caused a shortage of pink paint. Shortage of pink paint whenever they were making the fucking houses, and that's fun. But Oppenheimer's always also probably got to be. I don't know. What would you be your take on this?
I think they're gonna go Barbie, of course, because the production design is insane in Barbie. Yeah. But Oppenheimer's is pretty great. And Killers of the Flower Moon. I mean, it's just like I'm sure building a old West town is pretty difficult to do nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this goes to Barbie.
Yeah, probably. That city that they built in the middle of the desert in Oppenheimer was pretty cool.
Yeah. Film editing.
Ooh,
there we go.
Here's my category.
Right. What's your take on that one?
All right, so all these editors suck.
Really? Thelma Schoonmaker sucks.
Thelma, listen, babe.
Listen.
She's my
babe.
goat.
Hey, babe.
She's my goat. Give it to her, just even though I don't like the movie.
The editor of Poor Things is another Greek guy named Yorgos.
Wait, did we already have
the director of Poor Things is Yorgos Lanthimos.
God, these Greeks are taking over, dude.
These fucking Greeks taking over.
God. But probably, it might get a Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, I think,
She's got a big name. She's probably
Flower Moon, for sure. Sound. The creator is such a funny...
I'd give it to Oppenheimer.
You gotta give it to Oppenheimer.
That's the only one I've seen, honestly, but
like Mission Impossible is a sound one?
I got a fun story. I don't know if I've told you. Whenever I saw Oppenheimer, I was in the theater, and there was like some... There were like during Oppenheimer, it's 3 hours long, there's a lot of like very, very silent scenes, as you know. And there was like some girl 2 seats down from me with her friends that just couldn't be like silent during the scenes where it needed to be silent and breathe. She was like, it was like, she was like making jokes the entire time. It was the worst experience. I was so pissed because like like when the bomb goes off, it's like fire, and it's so quiet, and she's like, it was a fun story though. Yeah. Maybe that's why I didn't like Oppenheimer as much as I should. God damn it, where are we? Film editing, we just did that. Sound, blah, blah, blah. Visual effects.
Visual effects.
I don't know.
Oh, God. I actually haven't seen many of these movies. I don't think anything should go to the creator. That's...
The Napoleon trailer looked pretty cool.
Guardians of the Galaxy? I mean, sure, why not? I've heard amazing things about Godzilla -1, though.
Oh, yeah.
I have heard that's, like, a really good movie.
There are people that are just, like, completely obsessed with, like, the kaiju, like,
it's a fun genre.
Yeah,
it's got a lot going on. It's storied, you know.
Yeah, people just like support that shit no matter what. It's pretty cool.
Cinematography. There we go. Definitely. I like that they put El Conde up. I didn't expect El Conde to show up in the
Iron Claw.
The Iron Claw.
God damn.
Yeah, we're just thinking of movies that are not here.
Yeah, we totally should. Just...
No, but I'd give this to Flower Moon, I think.
Definitely was like.
I think Oppenheimer's gonna get it, but I'd give it to Flower Moon.
Yeah.
I think Oppenheimer's gonna get most of these, even though.
Yeah, Oppenheimer's gonna sweep up.
Yeah.
People love Noli.
Top left.
This.
Yep. Lead actor. There we go.
There we go. Damn, I didn't realize Paul Giamatti got one.
Rustin up. Come on.
I haven't seen the holdovers, but I love Sideways. I'm gonna try and go Paul Giamatti, but Killian's probably gonna get it.
Killian's gonna get that for sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe they might give it to Bradley Cooper if they don't give him any other Oscar, you know?
Yeah. This is like Killian's category. This is his year to get this.
Yeah.
This has got to be Lily Gladstone. It's going to be so...
Yeah, actress in the leading role.
It's going to be so good for...
It has to be.
For the woke media.
Lily Gladstone. I mean, honestly.
No, she was really good.
If it's not Lily Gladstone, I mean, that's it. It's over, right?
Alright.
Directing.
We're going Greek.
No. I think Oppenheimer will get it, but I would give it to Killers of the Flower Moon.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about Matt Johnson?
How about him, huh?
How about Matt Johnson? Wouldn't that be an interesting...
Wouldn't that be fun if we gave that Canuck
wouldn't
his
it be
flowers?
Fun if our huge...
And here's the big one, the big dance.
Okay,
best picture. A lot of noms up here.
Wow,
I think Oppenheimer's gonna get it.
People fucking love it.
I would personally give it to Killers of the Flower Moon.
I can't. For my money's on Oppenheimer. My heart's... I guess I have to put my heart on Killers of the Flower Moon, even though I don't like it very much. Yeah, I'll go Killers of the Flower Moon for my heart.
These are some good best pick decisions, noms, comparatively.
Have you seen The Maestro?
No, I know how people talk about movies. Yeah. And there's just some movies, you know when you watch like an Oscar nom setup, and then you're like, no one has ever talked about this movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like, even though I'm sure Maestro sucks in every conceivable way.
Yeah.
Like, I get why it got nominated, right? Because I think a lot of people do like that movie.
Yeah.
But like last year's, there was like four maybe I think 4 movies where people were like, this movie does not simply exist.
Yeah. What's your favorite? What's your favorite Best Picture winner? I guess mine. The only one I'm thinking of. The reason I asked this question because I love Birdman. Birdman fucking deserved it, and Michael Keaton deserved Best Actor, but he didn't get it. It's so dumb.
Did No Country get Best Picture?
Feels like it. I don't know.
That would be my... I don't really pay attention to the Oscars all that much, because most of my favorite movies are like outside of the Oscar frame of reference. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The like Birdman, like it's so wild that it got like selected for a.
Just look up Best Picture winners.
I'm just gonna look up this really quick so we can introduce it in a second. What the fuck? Damn it! All right, I'm cutting this out.
I like the autofill.
But I mean, I'm the only reason I brought that up. Are you a Birdman fan?
I've never seen it.
Oh yeah,
actually,
we should. I'll recommend that one.
That was like right before I learned that movies were cool and you need to pay attention to them.
Yeah, that one's got some really interesting, cool takes.
That's actually a good question for the pod. What was the movie you saw that made you realize oh, movies are cool and I need to watch so much of them and care about them deeply.
Maybe that one, dude. That one got me. It was like 2013. It was like after it won Best Picture, and the director, I love my Mexis, bro. My best friend's a Mexican dude. He's Alexander Iñárritu.
He's a great director.
He directed fucking Amores Perros. That's a really cool movie.
The Revenant. I saw. That was a great
I need to watch.
movie.
I still haven't watched The Revenant though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe we should do an Iñárritu.
For me, feature. It was Interstellar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always fun because I try to ask people that because like it's always something that is good, but maybe not as good as that person personally feels about it. You know.
Wait, so it's like subjective.
Right, it's like the most it's like it's just something that moved you and you didn't know why, and you had no reference, so you had no reason to like be apprehensive about it, and it's like it's very kind of like it's like a raw, unfiltered enjoyment that I always really like hearing about.
Yeah. I don't know. You want to get to these
Yeah,
movies?
let's do our movies. Yeah.
All right.
This episode, we usually do 2 movies that are kind of tangentially related. They've got like a similar theme, or they're trying to do something. But this time we decided to do not just 3 movies, but 3 movies made by the same guy. We're doing a Matt Johnson, I guess, deep career analysis.
Not even deep, bro. You gotta watch Nirvana, the band, the show.
That's true. I do.
We don't have time, bro.
We're doing his filmography specifically.
All his feature films.
Yeah.
He's got The Dirties, Operation Avalanche, and Blackberry.
Which is probably what most people are aware of. Blackberry.
Glenn Howerton, he's the man for hooking up with him. But we're gonna talk about The Dirties right now. Dirties is from 2013 by Matt Johnson, starring Josh Bowles, Matt Johnson, and the other guy, Owen Williams. It's really interesting. It's about it's like in the wake of Columbine. It's like a really like making a school shoot. Like these guys were in high school whenever that shit happened, and to make a school shooting movie before like school shootings became like what the fuck ever like they are now, which is sad. Like this movie. Yeah,
this movie was made a year after Sandy Hook.
Yeah, this movie was like really rough for the time. And, but like
I'm sure this was very polarizing at the time.
Yeah, but what was your takeaways? What's your
I really liked
thoughts?
it. I really liked this movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was very raw. And I think it's like kind of the perfect idea for like I don't have enough budget for a movie. What do I make? And it's like found footage that uses my high school or like a high school, maybe not. It's probably not their high school.
Dude, you should just like watch interviews. They talk about all the tricks and shit they did. Like they didn't have anything for this movie. They just like Kevin Smith knew about them through the web show and gave them money to make it, right? Kevin Smith is the man, bro. He appears in Nirvana, the band, the show in an episode too. He's so cool. But these guys like I'm gonna be dick riding this entire episode. These guys are the future of filmmaking. I really want people to just support them more and give them money so they can widen their production company and do more creative stuff, because they're like one thing that I love about their the first 2, Operation Avalanche and The Dirties, is like the cameramen, and like one of them's Andy Appel and one of them's Jared something and
Rob.
Jared Rab, yeah, and they it's just really cool to like even during Nirvana, the band, the show, they're like kind of like omnipotent, like they don't even like they are characters, there are cameramen there, but they like it's usually between Owen and Matt or Jay and Matt. The music teacher in The Dirties, that's Jay from Nirvana, the band, the show. If you haven't seen any clips, but I don't know, I'm hogging the time. Give me. You got any notes? You got any takes? You got any things you had to bring up about it?
I think what's interesting about this movie that they kind of lose in Operation Avalanche, and then they kind of bring back in Blackberry, is that they it's a found footage movie, right? But they aren't afraid to do a shot that's like clearly not within the quote unquote rules of found footage, right? Like most found footage movies, they're very dedicated to the idea that like there's a character behind the camera and he's part of it, and they're fucking like they have to like be in a place that makes sense and filming it in a way that makes sense. But the Dirties, they do shots that are like very far away,
Yeah.
and like they record conversations that
Yeah.
are very personal.
I never even like thought of it as like a found footage thing, but it's really cool. It's like a found footage thing of like really good film students that like know how to really put together a movie. So like the footage you're gonna find is like pretty well shot, and like they want, I don't know,
they know it's a found footage movie, but they're also like the found footage
is from
is
competent
limited,
filmmakers,
and like we should just shoot some shots kind of normal-ish. It's interesting when you know that this movie is about a school shooting.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of dreading it coming up every character beat. I thought this was surprisingly well written.
Yeah.
And well acted.
Yeah.
I think Matt Johnson knew like what him and Owen are as like actors.
Yeah.
And people, and he was like able to write for them because I think they're like real life friends, right?
Yeah.
They
have a couple interviews together where they're film school buddies and shit.
So like he knew that like these two guys are like kind of awkward nerds who maybe have a bit of a chip on their shoulder about, you know, how they're treated.
I love his dissent, dude. I love just
his psychopathy was really interesting.
Yeah, he's such like a psychopath. He's like he like gets Owen in with like the cool crowd like as part of his plan. That's like Owen couldn't have even like done that himself, but like Matt's like being a psychopath. He was like, hey, let me do this perfect thing because I'm perfect at putting this face on to get you into this crowd. It's really interesting. I don't know. I'm blanking.
But The Dirties is really good. The school shooting topic, I thought it was like, I guess about as respectful as you could do it, I suppose.
Yeah.
There were certainly times when I was watching it where I was like, I don't know how much thought they put into that particular angle, but like the scene where he's putting GoPros on the lockers, I was like, holy shit, that's really fucking like gut wrenching. Yeah. I really liked that.
A cool.
And he was like he was like doing walk pasts and looking back at the camera, and I was just like, god damn, that's fun. Because it's a movie kind of about like losing yourself.
Yeah, it's really cool the like how the kind of commentary it makes whenever the janitor just lets him in. It's like, oh, you students? He's like carrying a big bag, like literally full of guns.
It's just full of rifles, shotguns, and shit.
That's a cool part of the indie filmmaking behind the scenes thing. Like they like got to rent this high school like on a weekend for a day, and like hired a local like middle school actor group. Like if you look at the kids, like they're not high schoolers at all. They just
that's like part of their filmmaking style is they like doing impromptu shit with like non-actors who aren't necessarily aware there's
Nirvana, the band of the show is like cranks that up, dude. They like they make the entire, like I think that's how they made this movie. They've said in interviews before is like they make it in the editing room more than like whenever they're shooting, they like just get a shit ton of footage and do reshoots if they need to, but like make it up as they go.
There is one bit in this movie that maybe has aged terribly.
What's up?
You know what I'm talking about?
What are you talking? I'm gonna go to my notes. What are you talking about?
When they're watching the first cut of the Dirties movie, where they do the fake shooting,
dude,
and it cuts to Matt Johnson just in blackface.
Hilarious, like, die, you cocksucking motherfucker! I love like the footage of like their movie they're actually making, and the scene where they like edit the teacher like a fuck,
because they're perfectly playing these guys that like want to reinvent Pulp Fiction.
Yes,
you
dude.
know, that's like every high school filmaker. Just some guy who's like, I want to fucking just shoot guns and big blood and swear a lot.
That's why you would love Matt Johnson's. That's why you should be a Matt Johnson dick writer like me, because he is a film nerd. He's seen.
Oh yeah.
He's seen.
Yeah, just the sheer amount of references.
Have you seen fucking Being John Malkovich?
Yeah.
I got it, baby. I got the Criterion. No big deal. But I love the references, and they like. I think they actually had to pay for the Being John Malkovich score later in the movie. That was one thing they actually had to spend money on, which sucks. But I like
the end where they do the outro sequence, and it's just like a bunch of rip-offs of movie logos.
I love him like editing it before too, and he's just like getting ready. He's like, "You're gonna edit this in after I do the shooting, right?" I was like, I love that's a weird thing too. Like both of the cameramen are both probably psychos too. For
yeah. The cameraman is like
they're super culpable.
A character, but also not a character. I was watching it with my roommate, and he was telling me like, yeah, the cameraman's I guess is supposed to represent like us, like we're part of it.
Yeah.
But then they name him. He's like, "Hey, Jared."
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
it's so interesting.
It's fun because they don't care whether or not the camera is being the quote unquote the found footage camera.
Yeah.
And I think that's
they're kind of
not to do a sick segue.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of where where Operation Avalanche kind of suffers because it's a more loyal found footage movie than The Dirties was.
Interesting. We're gonna take a break real quick. We're back.
Yep, we're in.
So we're gonna move on to Operation Avalanche. You want to introduce this one?
Operation Avalanche, written by Matt Johnson, 2016. He's got a little more budget.
Yeah.
He's got a couple loftier ideas. Same cast. Also using their real world names. And yeah, I think this one, I thought it was good still. I thought it was pretty alright, but I think it suffered a lot. I think there was a lot of kind of anxieties in the filmmaking process.
Really? I find this one much more enthralling, honestly. I'm a big Operation Avalanche over the Dirties guy.
I'm Dirties over Operation Avalanche. Yeah.
I just like every time someone talks about them faking the moon landing, I just talk about like, dude, there's this movie where these like indie filmmakers get hired by the CIA to make the moon landing. You should watch it. It's really interesting. And I should have rewatched the interview before, but Matt Johnson, he has a interview where he talks about like the moon landing, like the only piece of evidence he thinks like the moon landing absolutely could not have been faked comes from like where the broadcast would have had to been like digital, like a broadcast. Yeah,
it had to be
thing instead of film. So
they had to transition from film to video to broadcast.
Yeah, and like apparently like they like back in that time they could only film like they couldn't film like as long as they needed to.
It was very difficult.
Yeah, yeah, that's the only like thing that's the one piece of evidence that got him. But
I mean, the best parts of this movie are when they're caring about the craft of the movie, which is like they're not only are they like, you know, making a nice set with the rover and this, but they also like take actual moon truth or conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And like recreate them to like it's as like a kind of wink and like it's good that like they researched what actual conspiracy nuts think the faking of the moon landing worked. They brought in like the Stanley Kubrick angle. They snuck in because like the theory is that Stanley Kubrick did the fake moon landing. But it's funnier that like they just did business espionage on Stanley Kubrick.
They got an audio grab. It was like, how did you guys do this?
Yeah, they went about the mirror.
It was like a dude. I thought that's so cool. And like front screen projection.
Front screen projection.
It's so cool, bro. But I love the scene. Just like it's so funny. Just like the CIA got the information from this guy. I was like, yeah, can you sign it for my friend Matt Johnson? It's so funny. I don't know. It's got like he blends humor and like very tough drama. Like at times like even like we're going back to the Dirties for a second. Like the Dirties, he's like a fucking monster, but like I can't like I fucking love watching his reactions to shit. Like that was my spoiler first like favorite parts of Blackberry is like seeing him just being like he has like he would kill it in The Office. He has like good office space. I don't know, but
yeah, no, I think I mean it is funny. I like I think the third act is the best part where it gets like really serious out of nowhere, or not necessarily out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They hint at it, but not particularly successfully, in my opinion. I don't think they spend enough time kind of on the serious stuff leading into the third act.
Did you look into any of the behind the scenes?
A little bit, not a lot.
They actually snuck into NASA, apparently.
Yes, yeah, they did sneak into NASA.
And I think like the car chase scenes, like Matt was actually driving, and like they were pretty. Like the car chase scene was like one of my favorite ones.
The car chase scene was probably the best scene.
He was
in the movie.
whipping that bitch, dude. Like that was actually Matt Johnson's driving skills.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I just felt like maybe parts of it could have been found footage, but I felt like it was too found footagey. Like and it made less sense because they wanted to increase the scale of the filmmaking, So they added a second found footage character. And both of them didn't look particularly 60s. I don't know if you noticed that.
What do you mean second?
They had a second cameraman that was also that they could cut to.
Oh yeah.
But he was also another character in the movie.
Oh, like those...
So you had like a 2-man found footage squad that was distracting you from everything.
I didn't feel that, but I'm not.
I think I'm pretty critical of the found footage genre as it is, but I do think this movie uses it too much in a way that The Dirties was bold enough to like break the mold on. Yeah.
I want to show you a video after this.
Okay.
I want to show because I totally get your opinions, and I feel like you should watch Nirvana the band. The show really tells you how Matt Johnson shoots. It's kind of surrealist whenever he does it in the Nirvana the band. The show with how the cameramen work and it kind of goes beyond found footage. It's kind of just these guys are there and sometimes I don't know. It's I really would like to hear his explanation on it. I really there's something more artistic than just a found footage thing. Not to disparage your opinion.
No, I think he completely elevates and hits what you're talking about in Blackberry.
Yeah. I wish they would have. I don't know. Well, you want to transition to Blackberry? I'm bored of talking about this movie. I watched Blackberry earlier today, so.
Yeah, I watched Blackberry a few days ago. But yeah, just finishing thoughts on Operate. I did think it was a good movie. I just didn't find it particularly I don't know. Its subject matter wasn't as controversial as The Dirties, and its filmmaking wasn't as bold as The Dirties. Yeah. You know, sneaking into NASA is pretty bold, but also you can't really explain that in the movie itself.
I think you got me. I think you made me like The Dirties better now. You're fucking good at this. God damn it.
But yeah, I think Operation Avalanche, and I did watch an interview about Blackberry where he was describing how getting funding for Canadian films works.
It's so interesting.
And it's really insidious.
Yeah.
So Telefilm is the big film production company in Canada, I guess. And so if you want to make a film in Canada, you basically apply to them to help with the funding. But what they do is they're basically we'll back 50% of the funding. Yeah. And the other 50% you're going to have to get from outside investors. Yeah. And all of the outside investors in Canada, quote unquote, are all American sales firms and shit. So I kind of wonder if maybe when he was making Operation Avalanche and he wanted to get more funding compared to what the Dirties got, maybe he got kind of shafted by Telefilm in that way and had to maybe make some less bold decisions because of the American sales, because the thing about getting the other 50% from the American sales teams is they have contract restrictions and shit, like scripts, they have Final Cut and all that stuff.
Yeah, and they are the Canadian and American rating systems are completely different. Yeah, I don't even know if that would apply to what Matt Johnson's trying to do and shit like that. But have you ever gotten into the how I'm trying to find a charger? Sorry, but. Have you ever gotten into how different the rating systems? Kind of getting off track.
No, I only know about MPAA. I know a lot of people who care about ratings don't like the way America does ratings.
Dude, America's wild. They'll the same exact sex scene between a man and a woman will get a PG rating, then an R rating with a man and a man. Yeah. Or a woman and a woman is what are we doing, dude?
Well, that's just how America works, right?
It's insane.
I'm sure everyone who works at the MPAA are just 90-year-old people who were appointed by Bush or something like that. You know what I mean?
We already closed our thoughts on Blackberry or Operation Avalanche.
Yeah.
So we can wait. What's your rating on The Dirties?
Oh, The Dirties, I gave 4 stars out of 5.
I'm going. Y'all probably get the same.
I gave Operation Avalanche a 3 out of 5. It is literally above average.
I'm a 10 out of 10. I love rewatching Operation Avalanche all the time, baby. I love me some Matt Johnson. But let's go to Blackberry.
Blackberry. Now, Blackberry,
Let me type it in. You talk.
to me, is the magnum opus, the like perfect not necessarily conclusion, but like the perfect like place you can get after making, Operation Avalanche and the Dirties. Like this just feels like a fully realized, like just like everything Matt Johnson wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's a much bigger movie. It's got a way bigger budget. It's got a strong cast.
Yeah.
Another thing that I think detracted from Operation Avalanche is that it's the same actors. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to rip on Owen Williams as an actor. I think he does pretty good.
Yeah.
But like at some point there's like certain things what you want versus what certain people can give you are two different things. And I think Owen's range as an actor worked a lot better for the Dirties than it did for Operation Avalanche.
High schooler.
Yeah, and I think it was good for Matt Johnson in making Blackberry that they got him like some pretty heavy hitters.
Yeah.
They got him fucking Jay Baruchel, Glenn Howerton, Michael Ironside, man. I mean, come on.
Dude, they're like talking about characters. It was fun to.
And Carrie Elwes. Just being a fucking shitty businessman, like a boomer businessman. That was hilarious.
Wait, the
Palm Pocket guy, yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I like talking about characters. The rewatching was really fun just to see like I didn't realize that like how like control worked as like a theme in the movie.
Yeah.
Like how Jay Baruchel's character I just really thought about on this rewatch the quote of what did he say? Being good enough is the enemy of humanity. Yeah, but what was the thing he said before?
Glenn Howerton, his character, said, "Did you ever hear that perfect is the enemy of good?"
Yeah, and that just like wraps up the movie in like a perfect bow. Like with those things, like fucking what's his name is achieving perfection, and he's like ends up with good, like less than good, but like But I don't know. But does Glenn Howerton lose his humanity? He kind of like loses it for a second, but then he also like gets off in like a good way, and he's like fishing in his Harvard t-shirt. Well, I don't know. What's like the we're getting ahead of ourselves, but like that's the thing I'm most like confused about this movie is like what's the outcome? I love the movie, but like what's the like I love that Matt Johnson's character got out and got his money and fucked off like that. I don't know. I'm hogging, but that one I don't know what Matt Johnson's character in this movie, what his motivation was to stay for so long, because like he seemed like completely against the Jay Baruchel like pretty much turning into Dennis.
I think this is a common thread.
But he was like good at the technology shit. And
he has like, existed in all of Matt Johnson's movies, which is like these best friends that are thick as thieves and know everything about each other, and then something happens, they start growing apart, and then there's like a break, right? Yeah. And it was in the Dirties, it was in Operation, and it's in this movie.
I didn't even check that.
I'm very captivated by like the things that stay with Matt Johnson's movies, the things he wants to focus on, especially this like friends not working out. The show too.
You fucking called that too.
It's
all about best friends, dude. You're good, dude. This man can talk movies. Let me tell you, I picked a good podcast partner. Get people. Let's go.
But yeah, I think that's an important aspect to this movie, like all of his movies, is that the characters of Doug Freegan and Mike Lazaridis, before they were these, phenom tech geniuses, they were best friends and nerds,
playing
right?
Fucking Stargate, Starfield, or whatever.
Yeah, and I think what the character of Doug Freegan and Glenn Howerton's character, Jim Balsley, what they represent are kind of like the two paths of failure that Jay Baruchel's character are kind of trying to balance. Where while Doug Freegan is like, he understands like morale and like being good and like doing things the way you want to do them, which is probably what Matt Johnson represents as a filmmaker anyways, right?
But this movie, like, it kind of this movie like gives me more like American influence vibes than operating.
That's definitely another thing, because
that-
Matt Johnson talked about that in an interview where he was like, there's this thing that Americans have that Canadians on a societal level just don't feature, which is just like having the balls to just be like, fuck it, we'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he describes like the limitations of Canadian filmmaking being like all these weird rules that are actually just maps. That he uses them more like maps to find the gold, right? Because it's just people kind of being afraid to risk, right? That he said there was a lot of risk aversion in Canada.
Oh yeah,
And
you just like don't want to like lose your job
Right.
as like a producer. You just like want to make sure you be safe. But what were you saying? Sorry.
No, that's and so I think that's important to him, and that's what the character Jim Balsley represents for sure.
Yeah.
Just like being like, fuck it, let's try something. You know, who gives a fuck? Who says what we can and cannot do?
Dude, that fucking or Jim like Glenn Howerton should have had him. Like as a person that freaks out at bullshit out like that, he deserves an Oscar. Like that shit was so good. Like him slamming the phone down. Like I could totally see myself getting pissed off that bad and slamming a phone like that. Like he's the man. Like, I don't know. He's like I've been I'll catch like my Twitter feed is filled with like Sunny clips, and I just see like. For some reason, I've just been thinking about Jim Balsley instead of.
Yeah, that's been the only.
That's the thing that like is really good about Glenn Howerton's performance. You're not thinking about Dennis whatsoever. It's a completely different character.
Unless you're like one of those brainless like Reddit fiends that I see on like all the letterbox reviews being like, they just needed to use the Dennis system.
Yo, you need to think about the implication.
You know, what about the implication, dude? Hey, man.
Yeah, dude, you're so smart.
You just needed.
You're so supportive of.
Oh man.
Yeah. There's a lot of actors that get annoyed with people that just sit there and harp on their last performances.
Another really great thing about this movie, I think about, is the cinematography.
Oh yeah.
It's the same guy that did his other two movies, Jared Robb.
Yeah.
But this movie just fully elevates like what you're actually trying to do with the found footage style that the found footage style refuses, which is just this very voyeuristic, like he takes, like found footage is like this, like the genre is like the skin of a movie, right? And the way it looks is very important, right? But the way the cinematography is in Blackberry, where it's not found footage, but it's still like peering through like it is found footage, kind of transitions the idea that the found footage ethos is instead the blood, where you can then make a movie look however you want,
like blends it,
without being forced to like contend with like
know the cameramen are there.
Yeah, the cameraman is like a character now and needs a reason to also be in the room. I think they just found the sauce, you know. It's very compelling filmmaking to me.
That's a nice way to see it, but I do like the character, the film like, just because I like Nirvana band, the show. I do like the cameramen being part of the characters because whenever we saw Blackberry, you were there.
Yeah, we accidentally watched Blackberry together.
Yeah,
I think I was on a date with my boyfriend.
Yeah, we bought the same fucking seats, dude. It was insane.
We were right next to each other.
Yeah. Fucking. What was I? I can't remember. New topic. I told you and your boyfriend we were talking about like how the Air Jordan movie and the Cheetos movie.
Yeah.
That's another part of the whole ethos of this movie, or the whole discourse of this movie.
Yeah, a lot of people have lumped it in.
Everybody lumps it in, bro. Like
with the corporate biopic trend.
It's so fucking annoying, bro.
I think it's good only in the fact that it'll get people talking about Blackberry.
It's like, they're making a movie about Cheetos, Blackberry, and Air Jordans. Wow.
I bet a lot of people who then go to watch Blackberry being like, I bet it's gonna suck, like Air, and I don't even think Air sucked all that much.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the Cheetos movie because that's a fake movie for fucking children, I guess. Jesus, but
yeah, I kind of want to just see like I just kind of want to like watch like Air or that stock movie, the GameStop movie.
Oh yeah, Dumb Money.
That's also another one too. That's like the same like category. It's like they're making recent movie, but this one's like it started in the 90s. It's like 30 years old by now.
Yeah,
and it's like if someone in the 90s made a movie about like the 60s and someone in the 70s made a movie about World War II. It's like this is a period piece.
Yeah, and it's like a period piece where most of the people who made it at least remember a little bit about what it was like to be back there.
Yeah. It's like a very accurate, or I don't know, very like compelling story beyond like, oh, it's BlackBerry. We remember BlackBerry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you bring a recommendation? I forgot to. We gotta wrap this thing up.
We talked about
doing
we're
pretty under the thing.
Some Oscar watching. This is kind of like an off-pod conversation, I guess.
We can go off-pod, but I don't know. We did like 110, 100. We're an hour 10 last week.
Yeah.
We can fucking.
I still got thoughts about BlackBerry.
Go ahead, BlackBerry, bro. Shoot 'em.
Let's say I think the comedy in BlackBerry is elevated compared to his other works.
The funniest thing I thought anything was funny. That's funny. I thought the woman's
the scene where Michael Ironside he's like gotta get there's all these new people that get hired to research in motion and he's gotta wrangle them and he's just doing like this. He's like a big Texas fuck you guy. He's just yelling at everybody. He's like, you're just a little boy. You're just little boys playing with your penises, and I will turn you to men. And the camera just slowly turns and focuses in on the only girl in the room.
He was like the funniest.
Just the places you can find jokes.
Yes,
dude. It's so good. It's so good, man.
Makes me feel like I need to watch The Office more because it feels like this is what people describe The Office as.
But yeah, I would just the way I feel about BlackBerry is I feel like Matt Johnson has been wanting to make this movie for a very long time. Not in the sense that he wanted to specifically make a movie about BlackBerry as a product, but just like I feel like this is like the best version of all of his techniques, all of the things that make Matt Johnson really unique as a filmmaker and a mind and a writer, all come together very beautifully here. I've never seen a better example of like a filmmaker's first 3 films going so right. Yeah. Compared to like other people that are contentious, like Ari Aster and Robert Eggers, whose third films were both controversial. Even though I liked The Northman a lot, I haven't seen Beau is Afraid, but I think I would be a Beau is Afraid defender just based on how I am as a fucking human being. Yeah. But those are 2 directors who their first 2 films were very lauded and put a lot of pressure on them. And they made 2 movies that are very different from their usual shit, and people like had a hard time getting used to it. But I just feel like Matt Johnson, like just BlackBerry, just like fuck yes, you know.
Yeah,
he just really got it all on.
Worked within the studio system, and like that's like a tough part of like even being a comedian and a director. Like you have to be able to work within the studio system once you get like up in the real ranks of shit. And like I don't know if I'm ready for that shit. But I don't know. Do you have any more thoughts?
I gave it 5 stars out of 5. I thought it was a pretty dang good movie.
I think I was going for 8 whenever I was watching. Going 8 on BlackBerry.
Yeah, I don't think you can get that much better than BlackBerry on just sheer terms of like execution and everything really crashing together in a way that you don't like. Because I did not know anything about this movie going in. I didn't know who Matt Johnson was. I knew Glenn Howerton, I knew Jay Baruchel. I was kind of gently annoyed by the Always Sunny like crowd, like really attaching it. But but just why I was like like the first time I watched it, I was just shocked.
Let's get a little Sunny conversation in here since we've seen it. Fucking like I love Sunny to death.
Amazing
like,
show. Yeah.
The crowd around it is so annoying, and I feel like the last season, after the Mac dance, where Danny, what's his name, says, what's his name?
Danny DeVito?
DeVito, sorry. I'm sorry. When Danny DeVito says, I get it. Like that, I feel like that should have been the finale of the show. Like, I watched like the first couple episodes after that. Like every single episode before that episode was like so rock solid. Like I couldn't, like every single episode someone mentions it to me and I'm just like, oh, that's such a great episode. But the one episode that turned me off was the Thunder Gun episode. Like whenever they were like the focus group for the Thunder Gun thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That kind of turned me off because like that was the first episode. I was like, damn, I don't. Yeah. That didn't blow me away. Like other than that, the show was rock solid. I don't know. Have you seen? I haven't seen much beyond that, honestly.
With TV, especially streaming TV, I just watch them in like weird short bursts. And by weird, I mean I'll start like mid-season.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the best way. That's
I guess
honestly
I'm
a
trying
great
to
way to do it.
emulate like how watching cable works. You know.
It's so nice to like be in a hotel and like have cable and just like turn on like, oh, Comedy Central's on, like they have South Park on.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. This is
cable
so nice.
forces you to take risks sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes
dude.
there's nothing
Just
you
like,
want on it. You're just like, I'll throw this on.
Yeah, you don't have to watch it. You just like be on your phone, like turn the TV on, and South Park's in the background. That's you can pay attention if you want.
Again, we're on risk aversion, right?
Yeah.
There's too much risk aversion in streaming and cable knew to be bold. Cable's really kind of like art house cinema in that sense, you know?
Yeah.
We need to go. Oh god, that's such a good. Just two dudes with their blinders up on reality, like just being like, yeah, times were better. Like cable was pretty much like the bohemian experience for artists, writers.
Going back to cable, like people going back with like for vinyls.
Yeah, times were better in 2007 before the writers' strike ruined everything.
But I got too much fucking healthcare. You know how good these writers were when they were writing to go to the doctor.
God, that's like a funny character, just like a kid, like a filmmaking conservative. Yeah, times were better when there was no fucking union in my set design. He puts the Alec Baldwin movie where he shot that chick in his Oscar noms.
God damn it, he fucking
The Sound of Freedom, Rust.
Fucking stuck it to these
lady ballers.
These crew members, they think they own everything. I don't know, I'm trying to riff.
That's funny.
What do you have a recommendation? I forgot to tell you before. We gotta...
Let's do the holdovers.
You wanna do the holdovers?
Yeah, let's try
let's do some Oscar shit.
Let's watch the holdovers and Naiad.
You don't want to watch the Emma Stone one?
Actually, yes, that's a way better idea. Let's do Poor Things and the holdovers.
Okay, the Poor Things holdovers, both 2023.
Yep.
2023. Emma Stone and Paul Giamatti in one of them. All right. Any closing thoughts? This is a boring ending.
Watch Blackberry. Watch all three of these movies.
Dude,
but watch Blackberry.
Watch Nirvana, Man, the show. It's the shit.